Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, May 12, 2021. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Gas shortages strike the East Coast. Donald Trump blames chaos in the Middle East on Joe Biden. Mayor de Blasio begs tourists to come to New York City, even as crime spikes. Cases of COVID drop big across the USA. Half of all remote workers admit drinking booze on the job. Also ahead, yes, it is a crisis. Addiction in America. But first, drivers in the East finding it hard to fill up because of that hack on an oil pipeline. Gas shortages now reported from Florida to Virginia. And the price of a gallon of gasoline has jumped 10 cents after that hack. It's about $3 a gallon now. Emergency shipments of energy are en route, says the White House. Donald Trump blaming his successor, Joe Biden, of course, for violence in the Middle East. 700 rockets rained down on Israel this week after clashes between police and Palestinians in Jerusalem. Said Mr. Trump, quote, under Biden, the world is getting more violent because Biden's weakness and lack of support for Israel is leading to new attacks, unquote. New York City Mayor de Blasio asking tourists to return to the Big Apple despite the drop in COVID. Visitors are reluctant to stay in New York City because of all the violence in places like Times Square. A 4-year-old girl last weekend shot in Midtown Manhattan while shopping for toys as crime is out of control in New York City. Thank you, Mayor de Blasio. The number of new COVID infections falling to the lowest level since last summer. 38,000 Americans diagnosed with the disease on Tuesday of this week, down 63% from January. Roughly 40% of the total population is fully vaccinated, and 6 in 10 have received at least one injection. New survey from one poll says about half of employees working from home imbibe alcohol while on the clock. More than 4 in 10 Americans admit they've consumed booze while working at home. Sales of spirits up 60% across the USA since the pandemic began. In a moment, what is the truth about drinking and drugging? Right back. Can thieves really steal your home's title? Take it from this thief who stole more than 150 homes and was sentenced to 25 years in prison. That's why you need Home Title Lock.
Nobody thinks that I can take their house and borrow against the house. No, I have title insurance for that. No, it's in my name, or he would have to get some special document. They would call me. Nobody's calling you. After I've stolen the title, borrowed against it, or sold the property, or done whatever I've done with it, it's 60 to 90 days to even figure out that they're the victim of this crime. By that point, you start getting foreclosure notices, and you realize you've got 4 mortgages on your house. Not only that, you don't even own your home anymore. It's not even in your name.
Heard enough? Go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim and enter radio for 30 free days of protection. That's code radio at HometitleLock.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Booze and dope in America. We tolerate it. Some of us celebrate it. It is a huge problem. Now, all of the statistics I am about to give you come from the National Institutes of Health and the Centers for Disease Control. Close to 1 million people have died in the USA from drug overdoses since 1999. 70,000 Americans last year alone died from drugs. 1 in 5 children grow up with a parent who has a substance abuse problem. 80% of child abuse cases involve alcohol or drug use. 80%. Children are 3 times more likely to be neglected physically abused when their parents are intoxicated. The divorce rate among addicted parents is 3 times the national average. The U.S. Department of Labor reports 65% of all on-the-job accidents drug and alcohol related. Economists say alcohol abuse in the USA causes $250 billion in lost productivity. Half of all unemployed men in America are addicted to opioids. Half. Approximately 260 million prescriptions for opioids are written every year, enough to give every single adult in this country their own bottle of pills. So, we have a problem. Violent crime, driven by drug gangs. Some of you may know I'm on the media circuit promoting my book, Killing the Mob. Well, in that exposition, organized crime controls the narcotics industry. However, they don't see the dope anymore. They franchise it out to gangs, local gangs, who then shoot up cities. How about homeless people? About 70% of them are drug involved, and they don't want to stop, many of them. In America, politicians have few solutions, and the press often looks away or even encourages inebriation. How many movies have you seen where it's just a blast to get stoned or drunk? In places like Singapore, there is no drug problem. Why? Because in Singapore, the authorities will punish both drug dealers and drug addicts. But short of that, addiction goes unchecked in all of the other countries of the world, not just America. Drug companies also make billions by turning out opioids, which are easy to get from corrupt doctors. Again, where is the media on this? Where is the reporting? Where is the outrage? We have a problem with addiction in America. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. For more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. In a moment, something you might not know. Are you looking for your next investment? Bill O'Reilly here. There are 7 reasons to look at the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund. Monthly cash flow payouts of 10% annualized. Bonuses to 21% targeted. They strategically locate in lower risk, high demand areas people want to move to. New construction is short on supply. Real estate affords diversification and safety from stock market risk. Their short and long-term strategy provides for steady returns right now. NRIA is an industry leader with a 15-year proven track record. So, if you've been sitting on the sidelines or want to diversify, start your due diligence at nria.net. Or you can call 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Latest polls show 25% of Americans are refusing to travel this summer because they're not vaxxed. Instead, these folks will enjoy the warm weather in their backyards, parks, local beaches. They'll stay around. But beware, there could be deadly predators hiding near your house. Not human predators, animals and insects. The USA is home to some of the deadliest snakes on the planet. The most dangerous species here, diamondback rattlesnakes, found throughout the southern USA. If you are bitten and untreated, you could die. In fact, there's a 30% chance you will. At least 37,000 Americans are bitten by poisonous snakes every year. Next up, ticks. Tiny critters are responsible for 45,000 cases of Lyme disease last year. And experts say, folks, should do a body check every time you go for a hike in the woods or hit the bike trail. That's because ticks have been known to drop on their victims from tree branches. Now, most folks encounter the next deadly instinct on a daily basis, bees. More than 60 Americans die each year from stings, wasps, yellow jackets, hornets. Millions are stung throughout the summer months. They don't die, but it hurts. Now, those bugs are attracted to sugars, so keep the snacks under cover if you are allergic to bees. I don't like bees or wasps. If you're heading to the beach, yeah, sharks, but not a big problem. 40 people attacked each year in the USA. Hundreds of millions go in the water. Most of the shark attacks in Florida and California. But the planet's deadliest creature for human beings is much smaller, something most of us will deal with dozens of times this upcoming summer. Mosquitoes. Scientists say more than 1 million people a year die from diseases transmitted by the mosquito. That's another amazing stat. It's a good thing to have a healthy fear of snakes and sharks, of course, but you would be better off this summer with a full can of bug spray. Zap 'em. Back after this. This year marks 20 years since America's darkest day, September 11, 2001, and the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been supporting America's frontline heroes ever since. When a first responder or military service member doesn't come home and young children are left behind, Tunnel to Towers pays off the mortgage to lift the financial burden for the family and bring their families some stability. For catastrophically injured vets and first responders, Tunnel to Towers builds mortgage-free smart homes, enabling our most severely injured heroes to live more independent lives. Our nation's heroes, people who are willing to die for us, need your help. So please don't wait. Join Tunnel to Towers on their mission to do good and help those heroes. Please donate $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.